Everton Football Club managed to finish in 13th this Premier League season. They fired Mr. Sean Dyche, hired David Moyes when things were getting tough, and they kind of just neutraled out there and finished 13th in the Premier League this season. They've been in a form of mediocrity in late times. They've been in a form of possibly fighting relegation, whether it be thanks to just poor performance in the league or point deductions for really seeming like absolutely nothing. We are going to jump in here now and hopefully give them their first Premier League win. They are one of the only clubs that have never been relegated from the Premier League since it actually became the Premier League itself. They are one of the only teams alongside Arsenal and a couple others there. They, in fact, haven't won a proper trophy since the 1900s. They haven't won it in the 2000 centuries. In fact, their last win was all the way in 1995 and 1996 when they won the Community Shield, but really the season before that in 94-95 when they won the FA Cup. So yeah, they have been trophyless for quite a while in this term. The last time they won the Premier League, they are a 9-time Premier League champions. The last time they won it was 1986 and 1987. They have obviously never won the Champions League as well. We are going to go ahead and hopefully give them their first Premier League title in the 2000th century, as well as giving them their first Champions League trophy in history of the football club. So let's come to here. We're technically in Season 2 because using the live start points, we can flip over now. And so Season 2, here we are where we finished in 13th. And we have $52 million in our transfer budget here. And looking at this, it's going to be important to keep Jared Branthwaite. It's gonna be important to keep him. It's going to be important to keep Decor. No, it's not because he's 32 years of age. I think Moppy is actually leaving, so Moppy is on the way out possibly. Beto is obviously a key part as well. But I think for now, we try to get rid out of the old, in with the new, and see what we can do there. And our first signing is, I don't know how much legs this actually has on it, but it's a rumor. It's a rumor on multiple sites and transfer market and multiple sites in itself. Kyle Walker, obviously, probably leaving Manchester City in real life. I don't know whether or not AC Milan want him back. I highly doubt it, completely honest here. Other than that, we have Kyle Walker coming to the squad on loan because he is 34 years of age. I don't really want to waste my money on somebody that's going to be decent enough for 1 year. So he's already down to 80. Is he 80, 84 overall? He's one of those. He's either 84 or 80 overall. So Kyle Walker is going to come in for the season and do a job, hopefully. If not, it's just a waste of a loan, to be honest. And the first permanent signing we make is Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest. He will join our center defensive mid department here. Welcome to the squad for $24 million. In second signing and possibly last signing of the window, as we'll just kind of settle things down here, we bring in Roger Fernandez, a youngster out of the Portuguese league, coming over into the squad now. He will be our right mid. I know we do have we have the other guy on the right hand side at the moment. McNeil. We have McNeil on the right hand side. Roger Fernandez is my right midfielder though. McNeil and NDI can fight on the left hand side for the season. We'll sell one of them next season. But Roger Fernandez comes into the squad. Welcome from SC Braga for $20 million flat. And so for the first season, we're actually not going to change things up too much here because honestly, this team is actually quite decent. It is mid-table team here, but we are going to go ahead and just finish mid-table if we do. Maybe make a run. Kyle Walker's in addition at right back. Hopefully he starts. He should. All these other guys are just terrible. Coleman is retiring at the end of the season. This could be O'Brien's last time. I am going to go ahead and try and sell Tarkowski at the moment as well to make sure that these two guys are my two starting center backs. Mikalenko on the left-hand side is good enough as well. Anderson and Garner as our midfield. With Fernandez, Alcaraz, possibly Decore, and NDI or McNeil in the wings. And then Beto. And I think Kyrat Lewin is on his way out as well. So I'm going to sell Tarkowski, make sure my two center backs are my two center backs. And I'll see y'all at the end of the season probably, to be honest. A very successful season as we finish in 8th, tied on points with not just 7th spot, which would have been Conference League, but tied on points with 6, which would have been Europa League, I'm pretty sure. A fantastic season from the Everton boys, and we've only made, 3 signings that affected the first team? At least 3 signings that should affect the first team. Manchester City are your champions of the league, though. Of course they are. Man City finishing in first, Chelsea in second, Arsenal in third, Liverpool wrapping in the top four, Man United down in 10th, and then going down it is Norwich, Leeds United, and West Brom. Leeds United somehow is actually the only team that got promoted. With these live start points, the promoted teams aren't guaranteed for some reason, even though the top two definitely should be. It should just be the playoff team that kind of gets changed somehow. For whatever reason, Burnley got done over by Norwich or West Brom, and well, the three that got promoted are the three going straight back down, as we could probably expect in real life. And I actually I really do think I do think Leeds United actually have a decent chance of staying in there. Obviously, our top goal scorer is Beto. He, of course, is going to be a top goal scorer. NDI had 13 goals. Fernandez did play. My worry was that McNeil was going to take over Fernandez and still play. But Fernandez did play. He scored 7 goals. He's up to 79 overall. Alcaraz and Decore look like they kind of split the games here, which is interesting to see there. Decore's time at the club is done, though. He is 33 years of age. He's 72 overall. His time is over. Alcaraz is our starting cam now. Kyle Walker, -4, 76. That's why we didn't sign him on a permanent deal, because he is a one-season hit, and that's it. So obviously next season, right back for sure. And then other than that, we'll just keep on going on. And well, because we had some money left over, we decided to spend it before the trick over to the new season. So we bring in Martin Fernandez, who will be our new #1 right back coming into the new season. He comes in for 18 million, and now we can trick over into a new season. I kind of want to get that deal done on the line. We had like 32 million, so might as well spend it. And so we spend on him. Eric Garcia is somehow a free agent, so he comes into the squad. It's a no-brainer. He joins our center back department. Welcome to the Everton Football Club. And the next player we bring in, we go ahead and swap Rasmus Højlund for Beto, or for Beto for Rasmus Højlund, I should be saying. So Rasmus Højlund will be coming over from Manchester United over down to Everton Football Club, and he will be our new #1 striker. Welcome to the squad. And out with the old and in with the new. Again, this time we go ahead and swap Mikalenko, our current left back, for João Hato, who actually made the switch over to Como in this save last season. We go ahead and swap him over for Mikalenko plus 25 million. So we come into the squad. That'll probably be our last signing of the summer as well. Welcome to Everton Football Club, building a squad for the future. And we finish the season in 9th here. We are 16 points off top 4, so it is a step backward. 22 points off the top 4. 16 points off top 5. It is a step back. It's a step back. It's fine, but it's a step backwards. Højlund has 17 goals. Fernandez had 11. He's up to 82 overall. Alcaraz could be a look to improvement on him. NDI had 10 goals. Anderson has 6 goals. Eric Garcia had 4 goals in his first season. Drake McNeil had 4 goals. On to season 4, where hopefully we can do some more things. In the first signing, and to be honest, it could really be our only signing. We don't have that much money in the transfer budget. We go ahead and swap Carlos Alcaraz, who hasn't been growing in all honesty, and we bring in El Canus, whose contract is expiring at Leicester City. He comes into the squad for relatively cheap, so welcome to Everton. We go ahead and loan in Ruben Neves over from Newcastle. He's going to join the squad here for the season long and pair alongside Elliot Anderson in that midfield. Welcome to the squad. It's another top 10 finish, but this time we finish in 8th with 57 points. A little bit closer in terms of fighting for European competition. And in fact, so close that we got to the FA Cup final, where we unfortunately lost to Manchester City 4-2 there. Do we make it to Carabao? No. So unfortunately, again, no European football for us. On the cusp of it every single season here. Top goal scorer, NDI with 20 goals. Højlund with 18. Fernandez up to 84. And El Canus is up to 8 goals as well. Looking for a new goalkeeper because Jordan Pickford is getting up there in age. Last resort was the last one. We checked free agents. And I had a couple of options where I wasn't to swap Pickford and hopefully maybe be able to afford him. But this guy came up as a free agent. He's an Italian goalkeeper. I can only presume with his rating as high as it is that he is a Donnarumma regen pre-gen. This guy's named Bruno is going to come into the squad rated 95 at 21 years of age. He is going to be 95 overall. Welcome to the squad. If our problems aren't fixed now, I don't know what is. Bruno is literally 95 overall, coming to the squad to replace a 34-year-old, 84 overall Jordan Pickford. Top 8, we did not finish. There's actually still a game in hand for Aston Villa. They could theoretically get top 4, or no they cannot, but they can get in 5th. We did not finish in the top 8 for once. We did not finish in the bottom where Ipswich, Burnley, and Brentford are going down to the championship. We somehow managed to finish 2nd. And if it wasn't for Man City only losing 1 game, we could have really competed for the league title this season, only off of them by 7 points with 6 losses and 6 draws. It literally has been that keeper. The keeper has really saved this squad. There's no doubt in head of 12 clean sheets. That is no doubt of it, and it helps Rasmus Højlund scoring 28 goals as well, plus 2 on him. NDI had 18. El Canus had 17 goals with 14 assists. Fernandez had 14 goals and 9 assists. Things are starting to click, and it's thanks to the goalkeeper. We are in Champions League football for next season. Vamos! NDI, we go ahead and swap him out for Ben Shaqir. NDI is getting up there in age. Ben Shaqir is getting up there in age as well. Wow, I can't speak English. But we go ahead and swap him in. He's 26. He's got a couple years left. And by the time he's 30, this rebuild really should be over. The rebuild will be over because I'll call it quits before it is. So Ben Shaqir comes in. It's actually not our first signing. It's our first cash signing, but it's not our first signing. I don't know why I didn't talk over the other one. But we did go ahead and bring in a free agent that is 87 overall, aka Virgil van Dijk's pre-gen regen. Stephen Martin comes in, 19 years old, 87 overall, 6'2". Welcome to the squad. We say goodbye to our current right back that we replaced Kyle Walker with, and we bring in a younger one from Barcelona, a 19 or 18-year-old, 85 overall right back, literally spending all of our pennies on him on his wages. Welcome to the squad. Welcome to Everton. Bruno is our goalkeeper. Hunter, Garcia, Martins, and Hato is a back 4. Anderson and Davies in our midfield. Fernandez, El Canus, Ben Shaqir, and Rasmus Højlund as our midfield and attack. Let's go on to our Champions League debut season. Halfway through, or just over halfway through, we are sitting 2nd in the league, right behind Man City. Again, only on 1 loss this time around. We are 7 points behind them. In the FA Cup, we are round 4 against Man United. Carabao Cup, we are in the semifinals of this tournament where we have the first leg win 3-2 against Brighton. And in the Champions League, we are in the playoffs after finishing in 11th in the league phase there. That's absurd to see that teams that finished with 0 losses in league phase are in the playoffs as well. Salzburg are the last team in. First team out is going to be Fenerbahce. But we are in the playoffs. We are taking on, who is it, Stade Rennes? We are taking on Stade Rennes. So hopefully we can get past them and get into the round 16 and it start getting juicy from there. We beat Brighton 2-1 on the Carabao Cup semifinal. In the Carabao Cup final, we beat Man United 5-3 on penalties. We beat Stade Rennes 7-3 on aggregate. We are into the round of 16 where we are taking on Juventus. And in the final of the Carabao Cup, we are taking on Birmingham. They take down Newcastle United, and we get gifted by beating Man United in the FA Cup by getting the other in the better Manchester. We get Manchester City in the FA Cup quarterfinals here, or the round of 16 technically. This is around 16, aka the round 5. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this Juventus game. We beat Manchester City in the FA Cup 3-1. We lose to Juventus in the first leg 3-2. We beat them in the second leg 2-0. We move on to the quarterfinals 4-3 on aggregate. We are into the next round. We do have a final here against Birmingham. Let's see if we can win that and pick up it will be our first trophy here. Carabao Cup against Birmingham City, and we are your champions. 5-4 on the day. Wow, that is actually on the day. 5-4. That is the final of the Carabao Cup. I haven't seen that score line, I don't think, ever in a one-game period. That is absurd. We get Bayern Munich. Okay, cool. We get Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. That might be us done and out. Second leg. It's the first leg here of the quarterfinals against Bayern Munich. Here in the quarterfinals, we lose 1-0. I think I said quarterfinals like 3 different times there. A possible title race battle versus Man City here. I think that could be a title over if it's not already over. I have no idea this late into the thing. I've been stuck on the calendar menus the whole time. Second leg here against Bayern Munich. We have to be great. 2-2 on aggregate. Are we through on the penalty shootout, though? We are through on the penalty shootouts. We win on penalties. We are into the semifinals. We beat them 4-1 on penalties, so we got through the penalties easy. Man City beat Leipzig. Inter beat AC Milan. And Real Madrid win the Clasico there, beating Barcelona 4-2 on aggregate. So 2 derbies there, and it leads to Everton versus Inter Milan and Real Madrid versus Man City. Wow. We're also in the FA Cup semifinals as well. FA Cup semifinal against Burton Albion, a 4-0 thrashing. So after getting Man United and Man City, we get a relatively easy path after that to the final. First leg here against Inter Milan, a 2-1 win. There is no chance in hell we are going to get to the Champions League final in the first time of asking. Surely not here. A 3-0 win against Newcastle. We are finding form at the right time. We did beat Man United on simulation as well. Inter versus Everton, a 4-3 win on aggregate. We are into the Champions League final on the first time of asking. We have Chelsea in the FA Cup final. Where are we at in the league? Oh my God. Okay, never mind. The league is over. We are draw FC with Arsenal. We are not going to win the league, but we are in the Champions League final. That's all that matters. We'll be taking on the glorious Real Madrid. Ancelotti playing against his former club. Obviously, in real life, it's not Ancelotti anymore, but it's Ancelotti in theoretics versus David Moyes in a Champions League final. What? FA Cup final against Chelsea. Can we pick up our second domestic trophy of the season? We can. Everton win 4-2. So we wrap up the domestic trophies in the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. We won't win the Premier League, but if we can win the Champions League, the rebuild is complete. If not, the rebuild is complete anyway because we give them our first trophy in the century of 2000s. So welcome to that. The starting lineup: Hato 89, Martins 88, Garcia 85, Hunter 88, Bruno 96, Anderson 86, Davies 85, Ben Shakir 87, El Khanous 88, Fernandez 89, Rasmus Højlund 92 versus Real Madrid. You don't have enough bench, you'll be able to blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. We don't care. We don't have enough players on the squad. That's whatever. It's the Champions League final. I didn't say where it was, but it's against Real Madrid. That's all that matters. It's at the Bernabeu. We are playing the Champions League final against Real Madrid in their home stadium. Cool. Let's see Real Madrid squad here. Vinicius Jr., 94 overall. Kylian Mbappe, 92. Rodrigo, 91. Jay Briggs, an 88 overall, alongside Jude Bellingham, 94. Weak point and Mario Martin at 79. Cucurella, 84. Schroeder at 85. Who center back I nearly brought in, but we found an 87 free agent. Schlotterbeck, 88. Asensio, 83, playing right back. And Theo Courtois, the old man, still in between the sticks at 86 overall. And it's a Champions League final here against Real Madrid. And let's see if we can win the Champions League on the first time of asking. Ever since finding out, I don't know what rebuild it was, but we did a rebuild where I did it through the simulation, through the calendar, and it worked like first time, and it worked easy. And I've been doing that ever since, and it's been working a charm. So instead of just going leg by leg and simming it and then obviously losing and stuff like that, we just do it this way, and it seems to be working out productive. Mbappe Vinicius Jr. Hunter will build it out. Hunter has experience against Real Madrid. He was a Barcelona player last couple of seasons. It's Roger Fernandez into Rasmus Højlund. Top of the box here. Rasmus over the top. Headed away by Schlotterbeck. I didn't do tactics at all or anything. So this is just straight up whatever the default game is. Davies wins the ball in the midfield. Inshagir. Hato. Into Højlund, I should say. Højlund takes a heavy touch and loses the ball. Oh, El Kanush actually got a touch around the defender. El Kanush now is in behind. And El Kanush now, Schlotterbeck out of position. Rasmus Højlund to strike first in the final of the Champions League. Everton take the lead 1-0, 22 minutes in. Rodrigo, Kylian Mbappe is in behind. Kylian Mbappe, instant equalizer, 1-1. Out wide for Hato. And Joel Hato now on the ball. Can he do anything from left back? The answer is no. So Ben Shaqir will make that run back. And Ben Shaqir crossed in. Why would that not go to Rasmus Højlund? In halftime, 1 apiece. We opened up the scoring. Mbappe instantly equalized in 45 minutes to determine a winner. Breaks. Vinicius. Garcia trying to defend. Into Kylian Mbappe. It's saved by Bruno. Mbappe gets bodied off of it. It'll be a penalty for Real Madrid. They take Briggs off, interestingly enough, to bring on Arda Güler. We went the right way with Bruno, but he goes a little bit higher. And Rodrigo will make it 2-1 for Real Madrid here. Kylian Mbappe, Rodrigo intercepted on a pass back to Kylian Mbappe. That could have ended the game. Roger now into El Kanush. And El Kanush into Rasmus Højlund, and Rasmus Højlund to put Real Madrid level. Everton, and it didn't. He went wide. He hit the post. Bruno, you're 96 overall. Do something there. Real Madrid make it 3-1. Roger, Anderson, Rasmus. Is he onside? Rasmus is onside. He'll score that one. It's not completely over yet. And that is game over. They did well to keep the ball. Real Madrid are your Champions League winners. A 3-2 loss for Everton in the final day. But honestly, a very good rebuild. A semi-successful rebuild. That's going to be it for me today. If you did enjoy it, leave a like and subscribe. I'll see y'all back here on Friday for another rebuild. Peace out.